Hello, hello, hello. It is your boys, the DM podcast, once again giving you that flavor in your ear. In this edition, man, the NBA Finals just happened. So we gotta talk NBA Finals. And the past like 24 hours or 48 hours, there's been some trades, there's been some movement in the NBA. Why is that happening? Clearly, some teams are making a bunch of moves. And as you can tell by my somber mood, I'm still hurt by Halliburton. I'm still hurt about this. So like I'm gonna be a little devastated throughout the whole episode. Before I continue, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. How's my boy YS doing today?
You already know. I called it.
You
I
did.
called it.
You did. You did. You said 7 game series. You said Thunder in seven. I think most, not most, like everybody was saying OKC in five.
That's
Nope.
wild.
Nobody was giving them any respect.
That's
Uh,
wild.
but they did. What did you see even like before we even talk about the game? What did you see that made you think that was going to go to a 7 game?
What I would say is Indiana has that fight in them. You see what I'm saying? Like that full 48, not 46 minutes and 15 seconds, not 47 minutes, that full 48. They're pressing you, they're hounding you. They got guys that aren't afraid to take shots. You know what I mean? But with that being said, they need Halliburton to get those shots. They need all caps Halliburton to get those shots. If you
He
keep
makes
him
life easy. He makes life a lot easy for them.
an amazing game from TJ McConnell is 16 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. That's amazing. Halliburton, that's average. That's an average game for Halliburton. That's a mid game for Halliburton, right? So I love Indiana, man. I can't lie. I love what I was seeing from Indiana, man. I love how they can go deep. You see what I'm saying? And OKC goes deep too. Like I like depth. Teams with depth are to me the real dangerous teams. Like you already know.
Um, you know, we can get to game 7 now. For me, I, I, it hurt, man. It hurt to see Halliburton get hurt. He was talking his ish in the beginning. He was getting he was getting hype in the beginning when they were up like 4 points going into the timeout. Like we all were. I don't know. I know I'm not an Indiana Pacers fan, but of course, because Pascal's on it, I was like all Pacer gang. All I was in it for it. Like I wanted them to go. So we saw him go down. It hurt the team. What's his name? Obi Toppin said after the game that it just hurt him. It hurt the momentum. They couldn't rally after, even though they were up like what two going into the halftime. I think some guys like him, they just couldn't overcome it mentally. You almost wish that they used it more as motivation
Yeah, yeah, you could tell.
instead of seeing it as like something that would hurt the team.
Yeah,
Um, Another thing that I think hurt the team is Rick Carlisle had Pascal gone for a while in the third quarter. And hey, man, when Halliburton's hurt, once he sits down or once he's on the floor like in pain, and you take him to the bench and you take him to the back, you look at Pascal. So to me, this is what I would do. Well, coach, I'm looking at Pascal. I'm looking at Nemhard, both those two guys first. And I said, hey, y'all can't sit. We don't have the luxury for y'all to sit anymore. This is a
100,
do or die game.
107.
I need it all. I need a we act like we know Pascal is used to playing 42, 43, 44. Nick Nurse will play you.
100. And he was getting those minutes. So I don't know. I don't know what his reasoning was behind that. Like Indiana kept it close in the first half, right? But you could tell as soon as Holly got injured, it was like there was a lot of possessions where they didn't know where the shot was coming from. There was really no flow
Mm,
on the offense, right? And you could tell. Like McConnell is there as a backup, obviously. Like he comes on, changes the way Indiana plays for
yeah.
those for the assist time on, and Holly comes on and sets the tempo, right? he is not a good three-point shooter. So they can just sag in the paint and kind of be set if anyone else were to try to penetrate. At least Hallie keeps them honest, right? So it really, you see how big a factor Hallie is. You know what I mean? Give credit to Indiana, they still like that's kept fighting, but
They fought.
Seattle should have
Mathurin fought in the
just
end. Mathurin definitely fought in the end.
Mathurin. If it wasn't for Mathurin, I don't know where these guys would land in game seven, how much they lose by, to be honest, because he had 23 and 14 large. He was really being aggressive, like topping, topping. Obi, one, not you, Kenobi, topping.
I think once you see that like I said, he said that his emotion was down after the injury. The moment I see that, okay, you're not ready for game seven. Because like
Yeah.
Hallie got hurt, but like the game is still going.
Yes, it's you like you said earlier. You got to do it for him.
Yeah, you gotta do it for him. So if anything, like I needed Toppin to be that extra even more. Like I need that going for every loose ball, going for every rebound. Don't make Chet such a scary, like you need to go even crazier so we can bring back that title to Halliburton to be like, hey, you brought us here. Here you like this is for you, man. You are much a part of this as anybody else. You're the engine, right? So you would have hoped that he would have played harder. Pascal needed more help, I would say overall. He's not a guy who's gonna force his shot. He could. The only guy who really can do it is Mathurin. So once again, I'm telling the guys like who's willing to play.
Yeah.
Mathurin, Nemhard, Pascal, TJ McConnell. McConnell you don't want him the whole game because he'll become a liability and he's good
Yes.
on those spurts. So he's the
Yeah.
guy that you kind of go in and out with like a Ben Shepherd and a Neesmith. And I'm like, yo, I need some defense and some like you need you guys to do your thing. Miles Turner, don't look at a $30 million contract. I should
I
say
don't
that.
even want to hear that guy's name in any trade talk anymore. Any
Like
start talking about he's good in the league and whatnot.
he the Pacers will keep him. He's too good of a center to not keep, but we're not paying you $30 million a year. Not for you to basically not show up the last two playoff series.
What did he have in that game? I want to know. What was it off the top of my head? I think he had, I want to say
Actually,
8 and 3.
yeah, yeah. He didn't do much. He didn't do much.
Top, and he didn't score. I think he had 2 rebounds.
That's the bigs didn't do much. They didn't do much. They didn't punish. Miles Turner didn't have a good 3 point. Like he had one 3 point shot that people were thinking something could have happened, but nothing was truly gonna happen. Right? I was listening to a podcast. And it's funny because I think we're doing probably my fault, but like they said, this is like the one finals where you're gonna think so much more about the Pacers than OKC, right? Well, which is what I just did now. I started talking about the Pacers more than I talked about OKC.
Yeah, yeah,
OKC Thunder won the title.
yeah,
A
yeah,
team that I did not. I said either this season or last season. I was like, hey, the team that you see today is not going to be the team that's going to win the title. And I still think I was a little bit correct. I think at the time, I think they had Giddy, and
yeah. They had Giddy. Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not the same team. You won't. It has to make moves. We all thought that they were too young, right? Like they couldn't do it. They need a little bit more size. But when they got Isaiah Hartenstein, like things did change for them, and they really just needed a big to kind of be like
yeah. I'm
strong for
agree.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but
Set good
OKC,
screens and he could pass. Like he's an underrated passer.
he
You can't.
is a pretty good passer. But OKC Thunder, they're the champions, man. What's your thoughts?
Man, I'm happy for OKC. I'm happy for Chet. I'm happy for my boy Chet. You already know that draft. Shout out Chet. You know what I mean? He had a decent game. People were hating on him for the series, but overall, he didn't play the greatest still. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, he did it.
But SGA, shout out H-Town. H-Town proud, you already know. So like OKC really did their thing. They did a lot of hacking. Shout out to Caruso. But
That
we're
team can hack, man.
you know, but no, they played a hell of a game. Played a hell of a game seven. Like they put the foot on the gas and didn't really let go. even though Indiana was making runs, they still kept their composure. Like Caruso, man, 20 points off the bench, second 20-point game in the series off the bench, and plus he's giving you defense. Like OKC is such a deep team, and they got so much picks moving forward. Like I can't say dynasty, but they look good moving
Yeah, I
forward.
think I think one thing it happens every time a team wins a title, people talk about, oh, they're gonna win multiple. Like when Denver won, they're like Jokic and Jamal Murray are gonna be healthy, so they're gonna win multiple. Boston, same thing. We're gonna say something about OKC, but you never know.
You never know.
It's just, but I can see why we all think it with OKC because they are so young, and
They have picks too, right?
they have the picks, and there's rumors that they want to get to a top 10 pick, which is like y'all low-key just being greedy
You
because
gotta be in the NBA. You gotta be. You gotta
uh
be. The small market.
this is true. You're a small market, and because eventually, once again, you can't keep all three. And if you do, your bench and everything else is going to look really lower than it looks now. It just you can't keep Wiggins. You won't be able to keep Dort unless Dort takes a significant pay cut on his next contract. You can't keep you. I think you already signed Caruso, but you can't keep Wiggins. You can't keep Joe. You can't keep Casey Wallace. You won't be able to afford these guys.
Shit.
Right. That's what you go to I get it. You go to the bench and like I've said it multiple times. Topic is just like there. He's just there. And I think he's healthy now. And he just didn't play. There's a guy that was playing in EuroLeague like a year and a half ago, a top 10 pick, I believe. Like he man, and you have him just
You play,
he
yeah. He's just in the chamber.
So like he's just there. So and he's gonna be your focal point in the summer league to develop him. Da, 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 da. So the fact that you guys have those riches is crazy. They do need to, I think, increase their big man depth. I
They
think
do.
Chet, they need some more size. But how can you say that when they just won a title, man? How you they won a title?
It's true, but I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. It's all guards and wings.
J Dub. Honestly, sometimes I'd be like, how good is he? Whew, the boy can
I
play.
didn't. He has a left.
He can
He
play.
has a left. He can go left and finish left.
I wonder if you, I think you'll agree with this comp. He's like basically the young version of Chris Middleton.
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna say you're dissing someone here, and you're dissing J-Dub here, because J-Dub to me is a better baller than Middleton. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
But like
Middleton is a better defender.
Middleton at the time when he was like Giannis is like Robin, you don't think like they're comparable?
They're comparable, but I like J-Dub better.
Yeah,
J-Dub can create his shot better than
yeah,
Middleton. The
that's true.
trade-off is the defense,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But
The dribbling is better with J Dub. Defense is better with J Dub. So it's just
you think
like
Evan's better with J-Dub or Middleton?
I think J Dub is a better defender.
You think J-Dub? I think Middleton's a better defender.
Yeah, yeah. Middleton's a good. See, they're both good defenders. Even yeah, you're right. Even if it's even
I
split with
think,
both of
but
them,
to each his own.
um, just the ability to be a second in this type of offense, this type of team,
Yeah.
and like arguably their real second guy is Chet, and he's just still young.
Chet is how old? 22?
I
How
think
old
yeah,
is this?
23. I think yeah, 23.
How old is Shea? 26?
Yeah,
25?
yeah,
26. J-Dub is a little younger, right?
yeah,
24?
yeah, something like that. So like to me, Chet has the ability to be the best player on the team.
He definitely does. I don't doubt that.
Because imagine when he can get a consistent 3-point shot, like a consistent, especially in the playoffs, not just regular season. I'm talking consistent 3-point shot in the playoffs. He
And he
gets a
gets
little
that
bit of
KD
size on
strength.
him.
Yeah, that KD strength. You can kind of stay the same, but just get that KD strength. Like
Right, right.
once
Because
you get
defensively
the
he's nice. Defensively, like he showed it in game 7, like He stepped up defensively. You can't blow past the guy. So he's actually a top like probably 10 defender in the league right now.
100%. Yes. Yes.
So just imagine like that fully developed because he eventually has to go into his prime. So does
Yeah,
J
he's
Dub.
not even close. He's not even really close.
Yeah, this team could be a team, man. This team, the last 7 years we've had different champions, but that sometimes normally happens when you're doing like a reset of the league. And the league, I've been saying it for the past like couple seasons. The league is resetting itself because the old guys are leaving. The guys in the middle, like the Giannis's, Jokic's, are like going back and forth, and their co-stars
Yeah,
are getting injured.
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
So it's not them. Those superstars are healthy. It's Dame is hurt. Jamal Murray is inconsistent with his if he's gonna be in and out the lineup. So Embiid just man can't stay healthy. So um,
Be
it makes a lot of sense with OKC. Now, in a scale of 1 to 10, how shocked were you that OKC won the title?
if you're talking about as the playoffs progressed
Or
or
just whole season?
for the whole season, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised still. Like I thought they would get far, right? Like East Finals. I didn't think they would make the finals and win the finals, to
Yeah,
be honest. You know what I mean? Like they got talent, but I was just thinking like what everyone else is thinking, like these guys are young, they're not really battle
yeah.
tested. Like they had that year last year. I kind of think they need to go through it maybe again or another two times and then finally get over that hump. I was
Mm.
thinking, but hey,
And I think why a lot of people also feel this way is because they're such a chill team. Like they do their whole post, game thing, but they're ultimately a very like quiet, stoic team. Everyone's comparing how they won their title and how they celebrated. They didn't
I was
celebrate
hearing
too
about that.
crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
just
hearing about that.
because
Yeah.
they didn't get like stupid drunk. They didn't like mans weren't crazy throwing champagne. They threw champagne, but they weren't going crazy with it.
To each his own, you know what I mean? Like to each his own. So if they're happy doing that, then you know what I mean? Why hate?
And these players nowadays, I don't think like it's not the 80s and the 90s, and even the beginning of the 00s. Like are not drinking like that and like smoking and doing all that stuff. These guys are just happy to like be playing ball. Like they're younger. This younger generation ain't really about doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
they're glad they won though. They're definitely glad they won. So I think it's early, but I wanted to ask you this. Who is your, and we can change it throughout because there's gonna be a bunch of trades in the next few weeks. Who is your right now your pick to go to the NBA Finals?
My pick to go to NBA Finals is definitely not Houston Rockets. I'll say that. It's not Houston Rockets. It ain't. Should I say Lakers? Should I say Lakers? Like,
Luca,
is this
Luca.
blasphemy? Okay, who can I really, really say? You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say in the East, I'm gonna just say the Knicks.
I can see why you say that for sure. Knicks and then West.
That's still pretty loaded still. Oh shit. It's tough, you know. I'm trying to. I want to almost say Minnesota.
Mm, fair. For me, like I think it's gonna be Cleveland versus OKC. I thought it for like I think once Jason Tatum went down, I'm like, okay, Cleveland is making it to the finals.
Should, but they
And
should. They should.
and then if you think about it, like, and we have to talk about some of these trades, but like Cleveland won a bunch of games last year, right?
Definitely.
Ultimately, playoff wise, they should make it all the way to the finals. The only team that you're wow that can stop them is the Knicks with the length of like wins and like or the veteranness of the Knicks is the only team. If they get a good coach, they're the only team I think can truly stop Cleveland. But really, no one else can stop Cleveland. And also, the reason why I kind of believe in them, and I know this year, me and you were very on them in the sense of saying like, we don't care what your record is. We didn't care. We didn't care if you won. You could have won 70 games. We didn't care. You had to show it in the playoffs. And guess what? You disappointed in the playoffs,
Always. It's
right?
crazy.
So it's not like we were wrong. We weren't wrong about that. But for some reason, I just believe, like we talked about, what we thought was going to happen with OKC. You need something bad to happen to you in the playoffs. So Garland needs this. Mobley needs this. Mitchell has experienced this, but he needs kind of everyone else to experience like, okay, we don't want to feel this way no more. So I think Cleveland's going to be there, and OKC. I just want to believe that the NBA champions will be back.
I hear you. I hear you. They're young, no injuries, no nagging injuries either that we know about, which is
Yeah,
good. Going into the off season, right? They got young talent. What's his name coming through? What's his name? I forget his name. Teletovic?
Kopich,
Topic. Topic.
Kopich, yeah, Kopich
Topic
will be
coming
there.
through. So, like, yeah, but Minnesota, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I like your Minnesota thought. I think it's all depending on if they keep Randall or if they keep Naz Reid. Where's Nikhil going? Because they can't keep all three. They can't
That's
keep all three. But if they can get like an offensive year from McDaniels,
he's
uh,
very capable. Very capable.
that's the thing. Like you need that. You need like Ant needs a J Dub, ultimately speaking.
He definitely does.
He needs a
But
J Dub.
that's why there's Randall.
That's it. There's a Randall. There's a Randall. That's for sure.
And
And that
who's the
team is
third
still
then?
pretty
Jake
good.
McDaniels has to be the third.
Yeah.
He has
Uh,
to be getting his 15 to 18 consistently.
he has to be. He has to be. And then everyone says like that team probably just needs a point guard, like a point guard who like better than Mike Conley, somebody who can help this team along the way. I think like that the point guard doesn't have to be a crazy upgrade, but why not go for like a Tyus Jones type, a point
Yeah,
guard who
yeah,
maybe better off the bench, but like you're not asking Tyus Jones to be your main guy or your second guy. You just want him to bring some organization,
that's it. And have
right?
Conley come off the bench and just be a vet. Just if you want to keep, I want to keep Conley though. I
Oh, I
want to
agree.
keep him.
I think if they don't keep Conley, I think that team in the beginning will struggle for sure.
They don't keep Conley in general. I don't see them making the finals if they don't keep Conley. If
Yeah,
they keep Conley and they get a Tyus Jones type guard, right? My pick would be off the top Brogdon. I'm just thinking Malcolm Brogdon. Like, I don't think you
yeah,
require much, right? You know what I mean? Steady, good three-point shooter, not high turnover, right?
yeah.
There's something like that, and
You know who they should go for, and I think we'll pivot to these trades that keep happening, and we'll talk about this one first, but we'll keep talking about all of them. They should go for Drew Holiday. Now the money is too much. The money is way too much. So they would have to make a significant trade or like do a sign and trade for Julius Randle. So then you wouldn't keep Julius Randle then.
that's
Then you're
tough.
basically saying for McDaniels has to be your second guy
That's
now,
definitely
right?
seen, yeah. McDaniels
Um,
take 8 more shots a game minimum.
yeah. So you're asking so much more of like everybody.
Yeah,
So if you, but I wouldn't mind a Drew Holiday once again. Builds order, plays defense. It's just the money's a lot.
because he's like $100 million man. He's getting what 25 a year, I'm assuming.
No, 34, 5 a year. Yeah. Drew Holiday's contract's big. It's not small. 25, I think the man would have probably stayed in
I'm thinking 2010 contracts. Okay, wow.
yeah, no, his thing
20,
is I'm pretty sure. Let me just confirm that.
35. Damn.
Yeah, about 30. He's gonna make 32. He made 32 this season, he's gonna make 34 and 37. So,
34 and 30.
so it's a lot. So I do agree with you. If Minnesota did something like that, that would help them. But yeah, so that's the first trade that so they traded. I'm just gonna get all the NBA trades.
Trades are just, yeah,
Lying. So much trades
just
just happened.
blindside you. Every year, the trades just blindside you.
What
Every
I
year.
find weird about this year is I didn't know you can be trading people. I thought you have to wait for free agency. So I thought they had to all wait till July 2nd, 3rd. I'm quite shocked. Oh, but I will say this. We'll get to the Kevin Durant one. But one funny one and good one. So the Pacers, when they traded for Pascal,
Okay,
they
yeah.
traded the 26 their 2026 pick, right? So the
Yes.
Raptors had that pick, which was a good pick. Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't a good pick because at the time you're thinking the Pacers are going to be a good team. That pick won't matter. So when the Raptors traded for Brandon Ingram, they traded that pick to the Pelicans, right? And so which is good. But
Okay.
then what the Pacers did like a night before the I think game 6 or 7, they traded to get back that pick. So that pick went back to the Pacers. The significance of why I'm saying it is the fact that Halliburton's hurt. So they can now technically take an L for the season and they will have that pick,
They could.
right? They could, I imagine myself like, man, if the Raptors never traded that pick, that would have been a potentially butter pick. With that Halliburton injury, that could be a top like 12 pick again. Plus,
Maybe.
you'll have your own pick.
But I feel like Pacers next season is gonna not is I don't think they're gonna be shit. I don't think they're gonna be shit, right?
Yeah,
But they're not gonna be good.
yeah, I think the East is still you're gonna be better than you'll be better than Washington,
Charlotte.
Brooklyn, and probably Charlotte, right? Just based off like talent and the fact that you guys made it this far, there's a little bit of energy.
And they're gonna be better than the Bulls, I feel. They're gonna be better than the Bulls.
They should be better than the Bulls. Hopefully, we never know. The Bulls are, I told you, like the stupidest franchise I think in the
Yeah,
league.
yes.
Um, okay, so this Drew Holiday trade was he gets traded to Portland, and then Boston gets Anthony Simons and two future second round picks. A lot of people like this trade. I don't. I like it. I don't. I don't. I don't really
I'm
like it.
indifferent, like how you
Right.
feel. I'm indifferent with it, yes.
Cause like I get why Boston did it. You save $40 million on that tax. And we'll get to the Kristoff one because you basically are not on the second apron anymore because you made that trade. So like you're just unloading guys because that second
That's
apron is deadly.
yeah, that's what it is because I'm like, you traded KK, you got Simons, okay, okay, okay. You lose Holiday, but then you trade KP, I'm like this. You guys just want to shed bread, clearly. That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like literally, because I'm like, you traded KP for George Niang.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you two, it's all salary dump. It's all salary dump
It's crazy.
why did you
You
do
know,
it?
KP, you're kind of injured a lot, you know.
That's why I think trading the KP one is fine because that then guy doesn't play. But then once again, who are you trusting now? Is Al Horford your starting center?
Bro, Al Horford is my age.
Yeah, but he's getting older, so it's tough. Like it's tough. And then Anthony
He's older
Simons.
and he's undersized. He's definitely undersized, obviously. We're gonna
And there's multiple reports that like every team is calling Boston for Jaylen Brown because they want Jaylen Brown. I know Jason Tatum got hurt, but what are we doing? You're telling me Jason Tatum's coming back to like a desert? Like I don't get it.
Bro, that's disrespectful. Like, is it do you think players in general are just gonna be happy coming back to a desert even if they want a ring? It's like I want a ring, but I'm coming back to a desert.
Like that's
Is that what it is?
crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. This man, if I'm Jason Tatum, I'm like I'm gonna call the organization like, hey, I have an ACL tear. I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, I'm 26. Like I'm not 33 with ACL tear. Like I'm
And
in my
and I
20s.
may and I may come back in like February, like March. If we're a good team, I may make a run to it. Now, I don't have to, but I could. And like, what are you guys saying? So like with Anthony Simons, one, I don't think it meshes with Jalen Brown.
I don't think so either. I see why they did it. He's going to be more aggressive than Drew Holiday offensive end, obviously. Like,
Right. Like more scoring. You have a second option. Like if Jalen Brown's your one, you have a two. But when Tatum comes, you Tatum like when even if Tatum
Simons
comes,
knows, though. Simons knows, like, I'm in Beantown. I'm here to win. Like, F it. I'm here to win. I'm not
you're
here to.
hoping you see that, right? Like you're hoping Missoula like sets
He's
some like
serious. He's
whatever.
Missoula's serious.
Because I just don't see how him and Jalen Brown fit. I'm like, are they not almost the same player?
They are, but Simons is passive on offensive end at times, right? So is he a good playmaker? Definitely. Is he a point guard? No, he's not a point guard. Like he's not a real one. You see what I'm saying?
So
So that's
I
what
just
that's
don't
like.
know. But yeah, but now for like a Jalen Brown package, bro, that's gonna be. I will get to the next one, which is the Desmond Bain trade.
Honest.
That one should
Okay,
be,
Boston's unloading bread, but
but to let go of Brown, you need to be getting like picks galore, and like you need to tell Jason Tatum like you're just give us a second.
I'm
We're
not
gonna
getting
build
rid of
something.
Brown. Like that's
Oh, I'm
stupid.
never. I wouldn't get rid of Brown. That's
That's like
crazy.
I'm okay. The KP, I understand, but I'm like,
Yeah. I'm getting rid of Brown if see if OKC lost. I think OKC is taking calls. OKC won, so Presti is chilling. He is
yes,
he's
yeah,
even more
of
chilling,
course.
right? So like, but if he lost, maybe Presti's picking up the phone and going like, "Give me Jalen Brown. I'll give you like maybe J Dub or like J Dub and
Maybe,
Dort or somebody like that,
maybe,
right?"
maybe,
But
maybe.
if you're a team like, what can you got to give a lot for Jalen Brown? Like a lot for Jalen Brown. So I'm not too sure what your plan was. So Desmond Bain got traded. I don't think we talked about that trade, did we? No.
We didn't talk about it, no, but we know about it, but we just didn't.
So Bain gets traded to the Orlando Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, a first round pick this season year, a swap next year, 2028, a 2029 swap, and a 2030 first round pick. But if people mostly see it, it's really just this year's pick and then 2028 and 2030 pick. That's how people should see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
The
but
swap is a swap. It's
the
just you
swaps,
get one, I
yeah.
get one.
And so a lot of people kind of don't like because like for Desmond Bain, you're trading this much. Desmond Bain is, I think, still pretty young.
Desmond Bain
And
is a 40% three-point shooter on
and
like
that's why you
six,
do it. And that's
seven
why you do it.
attempts. Like
Yep.
he's a legit gunner. He's a guy.
Yep. And that's why you do it. There's just that's it. 40% three-point shooter on a team that like Powell doesn't shoot threes well and Franz doesn't shoot threes well. You have a
And
second
Gary Harris is gets 5 minutes a game maybe.
right.
So
So you're still like technically still have like a young bench and like Anthony Black you still have. They have another guy as well, but the name is mistaken me. But like you're still okay. Like you're not
Black
doing
is
bad.
nice. Yeah, yeah. Black is
Um
nice.
and if you like Anthony Black at one point, I'm just saying you can move a Suggs for some pieces in the
I
future.
wouldn't want to though because I kind of like I want to kind of cook, see what Orlando's doing right now. I kind of want to cook with this, see how
Yeah.
Bane fits in. Is Bane gonna be like, okay, I'm, I'm the guy here now. Like I'm a guy.
He
Remember,
should
he's trying to
he shouldn't think
jog.
like that. He should not think like that. He should be like, I'm a third.
He
Give
should
me
think he's a third or this.
no, he's the third option. He should
I
definitely
hope
think
I
like
hope
that.
so. I hope
Because
so.
Paulo and Franz are that's my Paulo and Franz are my Jalen Brown and
Tatum,
Jason Tatum. Like that's who they are. So I'm not.
Simons, and he's Simons. Like I'm third. I'm third.
Oh, but once again, I'm curious if Simons is going to do that, especially because this year Simons doesn't have to be third; he could be second. But when Tatum comes, he's third. Um, so and Tatum's already an ISO player, and so is Brown. So I would like to see that. Where does that put Orlando in Eastern Conference for you?
Uh, I don't know. I like Orlando's good. Orlando's good. Where they finish or what seed are they going to be?
If you had to do an early prediction, you can definitely change it in
Okay,
October.
early prediction, what they're going to finish, not playoff wise, what they're going to finish, like what round they're going to be at. But okay, prediction, like I mean, Pistons got bet. Pistons are good. They're going to cook this year. So I want to say Orlando should be number six. They should be
Mhm.
six, 5, 6.
So you don't see a big difference in them then.
The thing is, you're gonna have okay, you're gonna have Cleveland, you're gonna have the Knicks, you're gonna have Cleveland Knicks,
Think about those injuries. Yeah. Think about the injuries. Orlando could be the third best team in the East.
it's a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
could.
injuries. Cleveland Knicks, maybe Orlando's 3, 4.
Yeah, yeah. You know
Philly,
something?
but I don't want to talk about Philly, but yeah,
There's
yeah,
an incredibly unfortunate that
3.
Philly could literally look at this season and go like, "Oh, this is kind of our time. Let's creep in."
I
But
mean, they could if they're hungry.
so let's see. I don't know that.
Orlando's 3, Orlando's 4 this season. Okay, okay, you know what? Pistons, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Right? And once again, it's early to say, but like they're at least a top 14, right?
Orlando on paper, yeah. With the injuries in the East, yeah. Because it's Pistons, Knicks, Cavs, Orlando's fourth. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. Um,
Bane is your third. Bane
it's
was the
definitely
second over there. Yeah. Jaren Jackson was the third. Okay.
no, but I would say there was moments where Jaren Jackson was the second or
Second.
first. Like when Ja wasn't,
Oh, yeah.
it's weird because like when Ja wasn't playing, it was JJ number one, then Bane number two. But when Ja was playing, it was Ja, Bane, JJ, Triple J.
Yeah.
So it's weird how that worked. I think it's just like the way Bosch was. Bosch went with no LeBron was like their first option. With LeBron, he becomes the third option because Wade kind of just stayed the second. So we can go to the a team that like I'm gonna say early. I'm going to be I think they will be a good team. The Atlanta Hawks. I want to believe in that team. They get Kristoff for just a bunch of second round picks. Terrence Mann goes to Brooklyn. That's not really. We'll talk about Brooklyn because I want to mention something about Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But Porzingis goes to Atlanta. Does that doesn't do much? Doesn't do much. I think
You
Kristoff
got Porzingis and Clint Capella. So what's the starting lineup saying?
and then and Okongwu and
Well,
Okongwu,
yeah. So
right? So like it's just like yeah. But to me, I'm telling Kristoff, I know I'm paying you a lot of money, but I may just put you off the fucking bench. Like I may just I'm paying. I don't want you to play a lot of minutes. I want you to play like
20,
15 minutes. Yeah,
20
15 to
max.
20. Yeah, like and I just but when you're on the court, guess what? Go for six man of the year. Go for
Yeah.
20 points a game.
Yeah.
Shoot
Yeah.
every 3-point shot you want to make. I don't care. Do it all. Right?
Hitting
Clutch
the
time.
post, just turn around jumper. Simple shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crunch time, I may put you on the court because defensively you could help me a lot, especially if what's his name, Trey Young is there. But I think this could be really good for them. Now they do need to make a move with Clint and Okongwu. Clint Capella's probably gonna go to like he's probably gonna go to a team like the Lakers or like Denver
Actually,
or
it's not
something.
bad. The LA wouldn't be bad still.
Yeah, but Clint's still he's older now, so I don't really see it like that anymore. You know one thing I do like about the Boston getting Niang, it helps their bench.
It does. It does.
It helps their
Because they
bench.
have Pritchard, they have Houses still, they have Niang. That's not a trash bench at all.
I think he's made the playoff every single year in his like
Yeah,
career or
yeah. Niang's
something.
a guy. He's a guy. He's a gunner. He has size too. He's
Yeah,
okay.
so he has a little like attitude on him. It's not bad. I don't think.
Yeah, he's got that swagger. Yeah, 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 yeah. He was talking about Ben Simmons on the pod like, man, fuck that guy. I got no heart. Like Yang talking like that.
Yeah, he has a little bit of I like that about him. So the Brooklyn Nets, now they have tomorrow's the draft. Now they have 4 picks in the first round,
Oh, my
which
God.
like you're if you're getting that much picks, I think it's
They can
I
have a little starting lineup. First round, depending who they got.
yes. Oh, speaking of like picks, and funny enough, OKC has too much guys. They may have to release guys
We know, we
because
know.
they have to release guys because of like they have 2 picks this season, this for this play of this draft. So they have to release some players. Funny, it's crazy, right? That's what happens when you have like
They gotta go through the summer league and then like, okay, fuck it, let's go.
yeah, I think they have like 8, 20 something. Um, what would they have? But they have a ton of picks, like a ton of picks. So, and when you go on Twitter, you see a bunch of like random news. So you're always like wondering what is the thing that's going to be said. But yeah, they have 4 picks, so they're doing something over there. They're thinking of something, and I hope they don't do the dumb thing and like they history's shown us twice that Brooklyn has made bad trades. They lose their picks. Don't do it again. Keep them. Build
The
a young
last like
team.
how yeah, Joe Johnson, the Box,
Mm,
Pierce, the KG, and then you got the Harden with the Kyrie and the KD. You guys just did it. You know what I mean? Too much, too much.
yeah, to me, my thing, a little bit, my fear is that they're going to trade for like a Jalen Brown and trade all those picks to Boston, like for a Jalen Brown. Because one thing also Brooklyn has is money. They can get a Brown
They
and
do.
then call up Julius Randle and be like, hey, they won't give you 35. We'll give you 35. We'll give you 4 years, something like that.
And Julius would leave. You'd be like, F this.
For the
Yeah.
bread, I think he's definitely cutting. So like then you imagine if you had those two, then you kind of have like a squad in the East if you think about it. Julius Randle, Jalen Brown, you may have
Cam
something there.
Thomas is there still, so he's third.
Yeah, I don't want that guy. You may
You
have
don't
Cam
want him?
Johnson.
Oh,
You may have Cam Johnson. That won't be bad.
I like Cam still. I like Cam.
And Cam Johnson, people are willing to give you some draft picks for that guy. They're definitely willing to give you some draft picks. So Brooklyn's cooking up something there. They're definitely cooking up something.
They can have two max players.
Yeah, two max, with all the draft capital, like they could be something, right? Just don't do something stupid. Like honestly, I'm just drafting. I would draft and or I would trade some of these picks for next year's picks because next year's a good draft. So if I could trade like maybe
Yeah, yeah,
one
next
pick for
year.
like a next year pick, so then at least I have like 2 picks. And I'm looking at what Sam Presti did, and I would try to copy it. I would try to copy it. I haven't,
Copy that mold, of course.
right?
Depth, draft, depth.
Right. And then you may not find that Shea guy, but maybe you may draft a Shea guy. Just don't trade him. But maybe you may find something. Because Brooklyn doesn't really have a guy that they like. Who have they ever drafted a guy that's like New Jersey, even New Jersey? It's maybe Richardson, but didn't he start in Golden State? Like I don't.
Richardson, they draft. Who? New Jersey's draft was just the people I remember. New Jersey was Keith Van Horn and Kenny Martin. Them draft.
Right. Like so you really haven't drafted a person since
Kittles, I
like you
think.
haven't drafted since then. Like a guy out the like out your system.
Yeah, that
Come
was
on,
a
that's a
name. So I'm
long
trying to
time.
really think. Brooklyn. I
That's a
don't.
long time if you think about it. A long freaking time.
Yeah, because everyone else just got traded there. Yeah.
Yeah, it just got traded, so you gotta do better. So that's one. Uh, Next thing is the big. And I know I'm gonna say it's a big trade, but I feel like I know exactly what you're gonna say and how you feel about this. So KD gets traded to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green. I think a couple picks. What is your thought process?
My thought process, Katie's getting passed around like a collection plate at church Sunday. It's my
But
thought, bro.
he wanted to go to he technically picked them. He picked that team.
He picks everywhere he wants to go, and then he's not happy when he gets there for a
That's
couple
what
of
people are
years.
saying.
So
Like the way I see it is you did improve your Houston. If you think about it, you really didn't trade anyone like significant. Like Dylan Brooks, once again, I did like his little FU attitude. I think
I
it
do
helped the
me too.
team. But it's okay now because you have KD now and you have Evan Thompson and KD is
For Houston,
you kept Tari Eason, you kept a
Cam
man
Whitmore's on the bench there too.
so you still Houston for argument's sake
You have Fred, you have Sengun still.
argument's sake there's Houston's probably and it's just based off like looking at they were not they were second seed this year or third something like that.
He was second because G State was seventh.
Right. So then you're probably still second again. Like you're probably still second. You're probably not better than OKC, who, man, I still think OKC, if they like want to go on some Golden State type shit, can win 70 plus games. Like I truly think they can do it.
They're capable still. The
Especially with
depth is
right,
because they
exactly.
have the depth and they're running the depth in the playoffs. So in the regular season, that's just water. So it's
And you won a title, so when you win a title, everybody's a little more cockier. Everyone's more
your
cockier.
mental is on a level now. It's like, okay, we seen this, guys. We seen this.
All of
Come
a
on.
sudden Casey Wallace is hitting like corner
Yep.
threes at a 40% rate. Like
Yep.
everyone's the we knew we'll always talk about those that Raptors team was going to the Eastern Conference Finals if there was no bubble, if there was no COVID. That team was like a team that like the confidence level was too high,
Yeah. 100.
like too
We've been
high.
playing in Florida. Yeah.
And they're playing, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine if they faced Miami in or like if they faced Boston in a game seven in Toronto, that's a different game. It's a different game, right? Especially still a young Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. It's a different game. Um, but yeah, so like I just see it as Houston's gonna be a good team
They are. They are definitely.
because
Jabari
Jalen
Smith is still there too. They are.
and me and you said it from early. Jalen Green, I told y'all they don't fuck with you
You've been saying that still.
when
Like
they gave you that contract. They didn't fuck with you when they were dangling you around from time. They just
they
stopped
were.
fucking with you
They
from
were.
early. Once Amen Thompson became like Amen Thompson, like oh, he could be the future because everyone does this. The future Kawhi, everyone puts his own on as the future Kawhi, which you shouldn't do,
Be a man. Just be a man. Like you don't need to talk about Kawhi, but whatever.
right? So like, but
Yeah.
everyone was putting you there. Everyone's looking at Jalen Green like some buster. Like this guy's a buster. He's just that. And now you've been traded, which I think he's getting traded again. He's not gonna play for the Suns.
Like he's gonna get waived.
No. He'll just be
Oh,
traded. He can't get
that's
waived.
true.
But he'll be traded again. But the thing is, to who? To where?
He is a talent, so he has to go somewhere. And Suns needs a score now. Shit,
Because like, but then they have so much guards. Like they don't have no bigs.
they have. Yeah, you're right.
They have
Who's in
no
Nurkic?
bigs. So no. They're trading Nick. So Nick Richards is their
Like he's
guy.
decent, but
Yeah. So
he's
and they still have Bradley Beal that they can't trade.
holy shit. Phoenix is a mess.
So yeah, I don't know. There's just
They have no
Phoenix is
point guard.
a definite mess. Now, if I'm Phoenix, I know they want to, and Devin Booker wants to stay. He said he wants to stay. I'm telling you, Devin Booker, I don't want you to stay. I need you to leave.
I know. I need a rebuild. I need picks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
I told you my pick from before. I'm calling um the 76ers and I said, hey, I'll take George's contract. I'll take Paul George's contract. I don't care. Give me that third overall pick. And then I'm taking Edgecombe, and then I'm starting my franchise,
I like VJ, man. That's a guy.
right? I'm
That's a
doing that.
guy.
I'm starting my franchise with VJ, and heck, I'll keep Jalen Green at that point. Let him like increase his value, and I'm trading his ass to that. Like I'm
Just
starting
let them
fresh.
go together. VJ, Jalen Green, that's okay. Okay, Jalen Green's having a consistent 40 games.
Yeah,
Okay.
then trade him. Fuck it. Like
And then get
I'm just
picks again.
like, and then I'm just developing, growing. I'm gonna, and I hate the thought of tanking. I hate it. Right now, you're just
Tanking, they're not going to be good with, like, for example, VJ, Booker, and Nick Richards. You're not going to be good.
you're not gonna be good. So you might
You're
as
not
well.
gonna, you're in the West too. You're definitely not going to be good.
You might as well. We just got we have Victor Wembanyama, and then by tomorrow you're gonna have a new kid named Cooper Flag that's coming to Dallas, and he's gonna be playing. He's gonna be playing with Kyrie Irving. So shouts out to Kyrie, who just got a contract extension, 3 year, 120. He took a cheaper deal so they can get like some veterans, so they can get some veterans on that team. So like Dallas kind of wants to win games.
They
They,
kind of don't want to move to Vegas. I don't know if they similar. They don't. They seem to want to stay in Dallas right now. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's weird. Dallas is weird, but it looks like they want to win some games, right?
Yeah.
They're signing Daniel Gafford to like a 3 year, I think 60 mil, something like that. So they're like looking to win games,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're not bringing this young guy in for nothing.
You got Cooper, you got AD off the rip right
And and
there.
and the best thing for any young guy is what a winning organization,
Yeah, yeah.
right? A place where the man doesn't have to think he has to be do it all.
Mhm.
Just slowly develop the guy. So it's actually a pretty good look for him. But yeah, so um and ultimately Houston did not lose anybody.
Yeah, they didn't. They really didn't.
They like really that's a great honestly that's why I'm like it was a great trade because they didn't lose anyone. Their depth is even better. KD adds additional scoring. They have the vet leadership in Fred as well. And they have dog, you've been mentioning this coach from time, Udoka. They have him. So
They have the tools. They got the bench still. They have KD. They got the coach.
the next trade, this is like the last trade, I believe. A trade I don't care for because it has guys I don't care for. Or one guy I'm okay with. Also, Jordan Poole got traded for CJ McCollum.
I know the guy you care about is Jordan Poole. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because clearly he's so good. He's gonna join Zion Williams. Come
Jordan
on.
Poole, Zion Williams, holy. How you feel about that duo?
The worst duo in NBA. The
Are
most
Pelicans
like
starting to tank? Are they tanking?
no one knows what New Orleans is doing. Honestly, and people, me and you, I think are the very few people who don't like fall for like Zion Williamson. Like I think neither of us fall for it. Neither of us fall for it. Everyone wants to be like, oh, but when Zion's good, he's really good. Okay, cool. Cool.
Mhm.
That's fine. He doesn't play more than like he played one season with like, can we get more? Like, I want more from Zion. Like, I don't say this as a person who's hating on Zion. I just want more than what the hell we're
100,
seeing.
100,
Come on, man.
100.
We need more from him. This is not good. Whatever we're seeing is not good. What are we talking about? What are we
We're
talking about? What are we talking
seeing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there. That's all we're really seeing is Zion. And then we're gonna say this guy's a great talent, he's amazing. Like,
about? I want to see all that.
how many playoff series has Zion Williamson and the Pelicans won with Zion on the floor? You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's not more than two.
So, like, you're
Right?
trying to now build a team around him, and
Still build a team around Zion. Still.
Jordan Poole hasn't helped. Now, the Wizards are a funny team because I know what they're doing. They're trying to get all these. They have a bunch of veterans. They have Middleton who just accepted his qualifying not his qualifying offer, his contract. He opted in to his contract of
Okay.
like 30 plus mil, which was he was always going to do. You have Marcus Smart, who I think is expiring contract this year. So you have Middleton expiring, and
Is
and
Marcus not going to play any more NBA basketball?
I believe so. So you have all that. You
And you
got
have
Kelly. So I think all
Kelly
that's
Oubre.
expiring contracts. All that's expiring. which I think is it them or Brooklyn? Like somebody has like 100 mil now in like money to use, not for this season, like next season. I think it's the Wizards,
And the Wizards are going to be asked this year again, get a high pick, have the high pick, land a big fish. Let's go.
I just want to see. Yeah, like the following, see, because they got Chris Middleton. Yeah, I think it's like 26, 20. Yeah, they have like no money in the books, man. Like nothing. Nothing. They're really just paying they'll yeah, they're just gonna have to pay Kispert and Sar. So they're gonna bear money to potentially
Yes, but
use
that's not even going to be that much. And Sar, he's still
both
mid.
young. Yeah, so they may have money, especially because teams in February are gonna be like, man, I can use a 15 minutes of Marcus Smart, a 15 minutes of Chris Middleton,
Definitely.
a CJ McCollum to like come off the bench and da 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 da. Their contracts are just too big, but like if you're
They
to
took
those
some bad contracts, but expiring contracts. Yeah, yeah.
I would love to. I would like give me all the bad contracts, right? Give me all the bad contracts. I'll
We're tanking already, and they don't care. I hear you. I hear you. That's
right.
smart, though.
What do you think that does for her? For sorry, I thought I saw CJ was getting traded again. Um, yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a fun next couple weeks with trades. There's probably so much more that's gonna happen. Sham said like, hey, like this will be a crazy offseason.
Already is. It already
And it's
is.
so early. Like I said, I'm surprised all these trades happen during this time. It doesn't normally happen now. It normally happens after the technical free agency part. But guys are re-signing. Guys don't. I don't think team guys aren't moving at that moment all the time. But I think we're gonna see guys like Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I really want to get your thoughts on RJ Barrett because the reports are flying in every 2 hours.
Don't do it, Toronto. Don't do it.
Oh
Don't
man, they're
do
saying
it.
they're gonna do it, man. Like it seems more likely than not that man's getting traded.
Man, we like them hometown, man. Got stop it.
He's our only hometown man, and we're trading him.
I don't like that, man.
I'm not a fan of that either. I ain't gonna lie, especially because like I told you, man, I've been feeling a type of way about the Raptors recently. I've been feeling this type of way. Like I'm not. Nothing about them is exciting me. Like I'm not excited to watch this team. There's no one on the team that I generally like. The way I was watching the Pacers game. I haven't felt that way for the Raptors for like 2 years.
I hear you. I don't
So
like watching Barnes like that still. Like I shouldn't say that, but I don't look forward to watching like, oh my God, I want to see what Barnes is gonna do today.
yeah,
You know
I
what I
like
mean?
what
It's
like
not
don't want
like
to
that.
see
Like,
Brandon
he put
Ingram. I
some
want to see
work.
Brandon. So
I I'd rather see what RJ is gonna do on the team, to be honest. Like if I'm talking about Raptors as a whole, I want to see what RJ's doing, going to be doing that game quickly, sure. But I'm like, is RJ going to go off? Did RJ dunk on a man right-handed today? Type shit, like
yeah,
the transition. You know what I mean? Like
I want to see the team. Me and been saying I want to see the team play because like, hey man, Eastern Conference is low key open now. Not like open. I think the best teams is still the Knicks, Cleveland, and now like Orlando. And I
and the
of course
Pistons, those
and
are
the
the four.
Pistons, because the Pistons could do something. They shouldn't be quiet this offseason,
Mhm.
right? If you have, unless you truly believe that Ivy is going to come back and mesh well with whatever you've done.
He will, he will, and
Uh,
I feel like the Pistons is still early to be pulling the trigger. You know
right,
what I mean? Because they
right,
just had a lead this year. They won like 30 or 40 games more than the previous year. So, okay, let's see if this is their ceiling this year, or at least wait till February. But I'm waiting till the season's done, see if this is their ceiling. And if it
right,
is, then you already know who goes first. Coach,
right.
trade.
So that's where I'm like, because for them, I'm not sure what you just don't want to trade a lot, but like, would you want to get a Zach LaVine, a guy? bring him back to the East, a guy who can score like 20 to 30 points a game, right? You put him with those guys, like can it work?
Chemistry is everything.
Chemistry is
Chemistry
everything,
is everything. So
right? And then because the two guys you don't want to trade, you're the most the two three guys, Asur, Jalen Duren, and Cade. Everything else is up for trade.
okay,
So
I definitely want to keep shooters.
saying you should want to keep shooters because your best player, Cade, is not a shooter. And he
Yeah.
plays better when there's shooters around him.
So like the Beasley, you have to keep a Beasley at least.
So I truly, that's like going back. Like I just think the Raptors just develop the team you have, right? Develop the team. I think you guys are clearly a playoff team, even if it's a
100%.
play-in team next year. Because, like we said, Chicago is not going to be good. Brooklyn
No,
is actively trying not to be good.
that's true.
Washington is not trying to be good at all. Charlotte, okay, they confuse me. I don't know if they're
Very
going to
much
try to
so.
be good. I don't know if they're gonna try to be good, but that's like four teams right there. Just know that Boston,
You're
you,
forgetting Miami.
I forgot. You're correct. I forgot about Miami. They're there's rumors that they didn't want to add Jaquez to a KD trade. Like Pat Riley didn't want to take Pat Riley off the office. Take him out of the office. He's
You
clearly
ran out Butler. You
he's
you were in
Bam
the
has been
running
asking
for a
for it.
KD trade and you didn't put Jaime Jaquez in it.
It's not like KD was picked Miami as a team that he would go to. And he's like, nah.
A lot of players be going to Miami in general. A lot of players.
It's
That's a,
Pat. Pat needs to step down. He needs to step down. He needs to step down. That
Mike,
relationship with
question, can I ask a question? Do you like Miami?
I love Miami.
Could you imagine being a ball player making how much bread in Miami?
I would
Okay.
be very happy. Yeah.
And
But it's
and
me, it's
Pat
it
Riley's
and
fucking with it.
take that in. Pat Riley's the one who's messing it up. He messed up
Pat
relationship with
Riley,
Wade. He messed up relationship with Jimmy Butler. Come on, man. No stars are gonna the stars see this stuff. They don't want to go to it. That's why
yeah,
for the longest time, no one cared about going to New York because the organization kept messing up. So don't try to go there.
yeah. Dolan is he's fucked. He's fucked.
Right? So it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, like it's so yeah. So if you're the Raptors, you're better than these teams. So you're probably better than Miami because your starting
100%.
five is quickly RJ, Ingram, Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl. Just saying those five names, that's a solid five guys, right? If you play with like pace and like everyone can touch the ball, we don't care who. It may be Brandon's night, maybe RJ's night, da da da. But honestly, it's a 40 plus win team
100%.
with a bench of like young guys who are gonna shoot it. Hopefully, you can get a. I don't know what your aim for is net tomorrow's draft, but like it all, I'm okay with taking. I kind of want to take the risk and get Igor. That's the risk I want to take.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people like Maluach. They like McQueen.
I like Queen. I like Queen. Shout
Like
out.
so people like him. Um, if like a Trey Johnson falls in your lap, that'd be great from Texas.
Okay.
Uh, he's like a shooter. Um, he can score the basket. There's another guy named his name is Noah. His last name is like he's European. I don't want to mess up his last name. Noah something. He played in his team is up 2-1 in EuroLeague, and he decided to come to the draft because he wants to be drafted. They asked this guy, and it's gone viral. They asked this guy, "Who are the players that you like watching?" This man said Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, and Scotty Barnes. What? Do you just want to be a Raptor? Okay, cool. Come. And people like him because he's European and like, people go like, okay, but like, how good is he, right? So they may draft him too. I wouldn't be mad.
I
I wouldn't
like
be
hearing that still.
guys
I
who
like
want to come
it.
play.
We like watching. Oh,
Yeah. So like, there's a few guys, man. I think you can't go wrong there in that section because there's Cooper, there's Harper, then there's a drop. Then there's guys like Ace, VJ, Con
Ace.
Knipple. Um,
Chronopol is that's a solid fucking player.
People like that guy a lot. Like they're saying he
He's
can
a
go
solid fucking player.
fifth in the thing. Like, so
He
Ace
is so
Bailey,
fundamentally sound. It's
yeah,
like
that's what people
he
like
can
about him.
just he won't even dribble. He'll just do jab, pull up, bing. He'll
A
play like a bird and kill you.
Ace Bailey is ruining his stock, but I think it's because he wants to play in Washington. So he's gonna get cut. He's gonna drop all to fifth. Is it fifth that they have or sixth? I think they have six because he wants to play in Washington.
Is that hometown for him or?
No, the rumors that he wants to play in the Eastern Conference.
Mm.
So he just wants to play there.
And his
So
height is wrong too. They were listing him 6'10" in college. Man, 6'8".
yeah. He's not as
That's
tall.
definitely a difference now.
Yeah, he just yeah, but he because he didn't work out for Philly. He didn't want to work out for Philly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that means Philly's either gonna trade the pick or they're gonna draft VJ, which sickens me that they're gonna draft
That would
VJ.
disgust me still. I
Because then
want
I have
Vision
to
organization that's serious about winning.
I have to root for this guy. It turns into Boston Celtics again. I don't want to root for Boston Celtics, but I want to root for Jalen Brown and just
No one
Tatum.
should want to root for Boston in
like,
general.
like, come on, man. And then fourth, I think Knipple's going fourth to like Charlotte. Um,
That would be
if
a good look for Charlotte still.
if Charlotte gets Ace Bailey, just we all should understand that it's not gonna go well.
Yo, Charlotte get Ace Bailey. What's going on in that squad? This is gonna remind me of the Blazers in 2002.
Like, just it's just not gonna go well, man.
The
Ever. It will never go well.
Blazers with Bonzi, Wells, Pippen,
Come on,
Stoudemire.
it won't go well. There may be like a fun team that like plays with a lot of energy, but it's gonna be like, who cares to see that shit?
Oh man.
But the draft should be fun, man. The whole trades and stuff like that should be a fun next 24 hours, man. So stay tuned for that. Our next pod will be basically talking about the draft and any additional trades that happen because there will be something clearly. Shams has more things cooking, and these GMs are being active because the league is more wide open. It just is. OKC is a dominant team, but
Yeah,
every team believes in themselves. Man, we could have beat OKC. Every team believes. Denver believes it. Lakers definitely think that because they have the size. Like any team with size on their squad believes they could have beat this team.
yeah.
So I I would wait and see, and then we have to also just go through the summer season's on us, so we're probably going to talk about every team and what they need to do to be successful. Um, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Anything you want to talk about before we go?
Nah, man, that's it, man. The draft is the draft. We're gonna see who the Raptors pick. I can't wait.
Like, I love the NBA draft, man. I love
Can't
seeing
wait still.
it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We will talk again. This is the DM podcast. Peace.